So I have another experience today in Montego Bay. After leaving from the courthouse in Montego Bay, I was trying to get a bus going Falmouth, yeah, from Montego Bay. Upon entering the bus park, I sit in a bus, overheard hearding or overhearing the conversation or a dispute between the doctor and a passenger that was sitting behind the driver's seat. Let me repeat again. Behind the driver's seat, there was a passenger sitting, and behind that passenger was another female on the other seat, and I was behind a female. So let me explain again. Behind the driver's seat, there was a gentleman sitting who was a passenger, and behind him was a female, and I was behind that female on another seat. No, I don't know any of them, but that gentleman who was sitting behind the driver's seat have a confrontation with the doctor, and he was saying that the doctor was rude and out of place to speak to him the way he did. The doctor said he would throw him off the bus, and I think that get the man angry, and everyone started saying that the gentleman was a madman. Bear in mind, I've never seen this gentleman before, I don't know him, but a God led allow me to be on the scene. No, while I was in the bus and the doctor and that gentleman have confrontation, he was threatened by the doctor, and that was his concern, saying that do not threaten me because I will call the police. Do not threaten me. Everybody on the bus take on the gentleman. Everybody in the bus take on the gentleman. No, their saliva was flying all over. And all I said that it's not okay for you to be bullying people, calling them crazy, calling them mad people including, because you're not a doctor. And there's no doctor will ever classify anyone as mad. If they have a mental issue, it will be on their record. An assessment would have done and it would have been on their record. But what you are doing to that gentleman, bullying that gentleman, creating stigma is worse than madness. And she was in a uniform, the one that was the lady that was sitting behind that gentleman who had the confrontation with the doctor. There was a lady sitting behind her in uniform. Whether it is staff uniform from a hotel or nursing, I state to her, you should be ashamed of your uniform. Because some people, especially in Jamaica, don't understand. Once you put on a uniform, it should be a company that registered. And you work with a company that registered, you have to be disciplined. You can't act and behave the way you act and behave in your yard, around your man, around your friends them, and you jiggle them. You have to be disciplined. And that is one of the way of being disciplined is also to deal with the public. I don't know if you're working I don't care if you're working in an office behind the computer. Sending an email, you have to be disciplined. And just by saying that to her, that you're ashamed to your uniform, she was, and please do not let your saliva catch me, because you're all talking and your saliva flashing. She get up and she was pointing in my face. I keep telling her, get your hands up my face. She's still pointing in my face, and I used my hands trying to get her hands up my face. And she started slapping me. She started slapping me all over my face, all over my face, all over my body, kicking me, and pulled me off the bus. Yeah, remember I don't know them. Me and them don't have a confrontation. Not at all. I've never seen them. But I was, no, bear in mind, I've never seen them before. I don't know them. Yeah. But I was pulled off the bus by crying peace. I was pulled off the bus by saying mercy, live in love. Do not create stigma and discrimination. I've been pulled off the bus and beaten by this lady. The court that was in Montego Bay, across from the courthouse, across from Island Grill, just next door to Bay West Plaza where the Falmouth bus park is. I get off the bus and I went to the courthouse. And when I went to the courthouse, I remember even speaking to an inspector and explained myself what happened on the bus and that my bag and everything was still on the bus and the bus was still in the park. The inspector told me that he was going to get his logbook and come back, and he didn't come back. And I have to go back over to the bus park. The fact that my bag was still there with my personal belongings. When I reached back over there, the bus gone. The lady who slapped me gone. Doctor gone. Driver gone. It's only another driver that was there. Take me on. Tell me to see my bag them there. They put my bag outside there. See my bag there. And that is when me and him have a confrontation. And there was a lady selling juice right there. And she take me on too. Yeah. And when I see a police patrol passing, when the police pull up, and the gentleman was asking me what happened. Just turn around to express myself. Yes, I'm angry and whatever. The man tell me to shut up and don't speak to him and don't shout to him. And I tried to tell the gentleman I wasn't shouting and I'm explaining myself to him. The gentleman tried to touch me and I backs off my hand off him. And after my backs off my hand, because he was not a female officer. He was not a female officer. There was no female officer there. He tried to touch me and I backs off my hand. And that is when the man pulling pepper spray. The man was pepper spraying me not one time, not two times. The man purposely was pepper spraying me. My body, my neck, my head, my eye, my mouth, my nose. The gentleman, the policeman was a pepper spray. Because I guess by then he hear me a mad man. Yeah, so the same stigma after that gentleman start following me. I was experiencing it. And that's why I know what it is. The police start pepper spray me, take me and carry me go Barnet Lane, from Barnet Lane to Freeport. When I tell them I want to speak with someone there and demand, and that's when they decided I can't go to Cambridge. And then decide again that they could give me station bail. So I have another court date for next month. Just by sitting in a public passenger bus, defending myself, telling these people mind on the side if I catch me, and to leave that gentleman alone. So this is what it is. This is where it is. So in order for me to get out of Jamaica, yeah, when one done, another one coming. If you get what I mean. Sorry guys. That's all I have to say. I don't know where to find that woman who slapped me up. I don't know where to find the doctor. I don't know where to find the driver. They take the wings of the man and they gone. It's the same thing happened on the flight. When I was coming from London Heathrow, they do what they do, and then they just take a ship and then take the boat and left. And the police allowed that to do.